You guys ready? Oh my gosh, we're gonna let everybody kind of start coming into the room. Um, my good friend Shiraz, I just dropped the link into the chat in YouTube. So if you just click that link and follow it on, you'll get on backstage. And while he is doing that, and while people are coming into the room, let everybody know we're live, guys. Don't let your friends not know that we're live. So let them know we're live. It's gonna go out here in just a second. Let me play the intro and then we're gonna get going. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
I was
Shiraz and I have been together in so many virtual meetings today. It's not even funny. People are gonna like legit start talking. I'd be like, how are they everywhere together?
all the time.
It's been great. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. I forgot that there's not going to be my Superman bookshelf. So I'm like, oh no, plain background. Ah, we'll deal with it though.
Oh, that's okay. It's all right. You do what you need to do. It's all right.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
mean, we're super chill over here. So, you know, I could be sipping on an adult beverage at any given moment, so it's okay. So guys, welcome to the after show. I just put it out on Twitter that we're live, and I know this takes a few minutes to get people's notifications out. I want to thank you all for coming back over here. That was a really, really amazing interview. Once again, it's like I get to watch these, when I edit them. And so I get to see them probably about 2 or 3 times before they actually air, and then it airs, and I feel like every time I just, like, hear something new, from it. So, I know that people are gonna be rewatching this quite a bit. So I'm really thank you so much. I appreciate it.
thanks for having me. This is going to be fun. It's weird because I was watching too, and when I was watching, I was like, I need to put those links on my website that I'm going to talk about later. And I haven't done that yet because I've been so busy. So I'm scrambling to put the events on my site. Watching the timer go down. I'm like, oh no.
Well, that's okay. You'll get them up.
They're up now. We're all good. Right?
Okay, we're all good. So what do we want to do tonight? How do we want to do this? With the shifting. Do you want to? There's a good friend of mine in here. Queen, tell us, are you still in here, girl? You still with us? Because if you are, um, I don't know how you want to handle this. You want to like me to bring somebody up or what?
Yeah, you can bring someone up. We can work on them.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
throw them back down and then
Queen.
bring someone else up.
All right. Okay, here we're gonna drop it. Hopefully it fits there too. Queen, are you in the house still? I'm calling you Queen Tulsa. Queen Tulsa to the DJ booth. My old days when I used to only do it was a lot less. The production was not quite as elaborate. And
I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, when she comes on my show, it's just like I hit Facebook Live and we go. I don't have all this. She's just like, I feel, oh man, I got to step up my game. Lisa is just outshining me in such a big way right now.
I can teach you how to do all this. It's so stinking simple. It's not even funny. Okay, well, she's all right. Well, I don't know, but she left the room. So I need a
Volunteer.
volunteer. It was thank you, Jen. It was awesome in the old days, but when I used to do live tarot readings all the time, and I'd have music play in the background. This is before YouTube would strike you down from on high so fast for copyright. And I'd like lower the volume, and I'd call the person's name and say it's time to come to the DJ booth. So for those ex clubbers, they all knew what that meant. She might be on a BRB. Okay, cool. Esmeralda, do you want to come up? I got the link still in there, guys. Matter of fact, I will pin it on the YouTube side. Esmeralda, you want to hit the link? Everybody's shy now.
I know.
Y'all know how I do. So y'all better come on and be nice. I'm sure that your folks are probably a lot more how can I put this? Cooperative. Well, they're used to being.
Oh, yeah. When I'm doing my free sessions, there's always regulars there, and I do the lesson, and I said, now we're going to. Before I even finish describing it, hands are going up. I'm going next. I'm going next.
You guys are crazy. Okay. Does anybody want to do this, or y'all just gonna have otherwise I'm gonna do it, and then whatever. I'll take it.
Okay.
Whatever. Because it doesn't look to me like my people are shy. They're always so much like, oh no, Lisa, it's okay.
Well, it could be two things. It could be number one is that they like, oh, I'm gonna have to be vulnerable on camera, or number two, it's because they're kicking back, they're in the ugly sweater, and then they're like, I can't come on
Yeah,
camera.
that could be too. All right, so let's do this. How about you take me through an exercise? How about that?
Okay, we will do that.
All right.
Okay, so as I said, what we're gonna do is you're gonna talk about something that you want to change in your life, some place you are stuck, or something that keeps happening, or that barrier you can't pass through. And when we have a conversation about that, I'm going to tell you when your conscious thoughts match your unconscious thoughts. So you know whenever you're lying to yourself. Then we're going to trace it down. We're going to trace it down to what the belief or the story is. Now, the difference is the belief for me is something that just is, like the sky is blue, chocolate is delicious. It's just a thing. A story is something that happens over and over and over again. Always happens to me. Story of my life. People always say this. No one pays attention to me. Those are all stories. So when we get to it, I'm going to say, are you willing to destroy that belief? Or are you willing to step out the story, whichever I sort of see it as? And if you say yes and you mean it, you have to mean it or it's not going to work, then it's going to shift right then. Now, here's where it gets a little weird, if we haven't got weird
Okay.
already, is that my body reacts to energetic shifts in the people around me, even through Zoom. And
Yeah.
And as we were watching that, I was just feeling the shifts of the people in the audience. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when that happens, I tend to yawn and cough.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to happen, and this is especially big because I was doing a on stage one thing just a little while ago, and I'm like, I don't have COVID. Don't worry, this is just the way my body reacts.
Isn't that a shame we have to say that now?
Yeah, that's it. so
I don't have the
so
Ronas.
Yep. And like I said in the interviews, people are going to react in different ways. You probably know how your body reacts to energy, so you're good to go. But the people watching will probably have reactions too if they've got similar beliefs. And the cool thing is, if you've got a similar belief to what Lisa has, and when she says yes to, are you willing to step out of the story? You say yes, it's going to shift. And it doesn't have to be exact. So if Lisa's thing is, oh, I can't do better than my mom did, or I'll feel shameful. I feel like I'm putting my mom down. And you think, oh my God, I've got that same belief, but it's towards my dad or my sister or my best friend. Then you can make that mental transposition of whoever it's for. And when I say, are you willing to step out of that story? You can say, yes, it's going to work even that way. So you can get a lot of benefit, even if it's not exact. Now, the last thing is if you hear me say ow, it's because we're talking on a subject and you don't want to shift that belief. You're like, stay the hell away from that, Shiraz. Leave that belief alone. I need that belief. It's important. It defines who I am. And it's almost like you're throwing energetic daggers at me. Now, it doesn't really hurt, but it gives me an idea of the intensity of which you're trying to hold on to that belief. Okay? So
Oh,
that may happen.
okay. All right. Hang on one
All
second.
right.
Tulsa.
Oh,
Hey, Queen.
Hi, how are
hey.
Hey,
you?
lovey. Okay, so listen, if you don't mind being up here, okay, we're going to do, I kind of called you to the DJ, but we're going to be doing a reality shifting exercise. Okay.
Okay.
You want to watch, you're going to watch me first. And if you want to bow out, you are welcome to bow out at any moment. Okay.
Okay. I'm just going to say this before we get started.
Yes.
Just send me some positive energy. It's been a long day.
Okay.
Okay.
We can do that.
We can do
Yes.
that. You want
And
to hang
yes,
up?
I'll.
Go ahead,
Oh,
baby. What?
sorry. No, I was listening to you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was going to say that so Shiraz is going to do this exercise with me first. You can either hang up on stage or you can go down and then come back up. It's completely up to you.
I'll hang out backstage.
Okay. All right, honey. All right.
And oh, hi, Mr. Shiraz. How are
Hey,
you?
Quint. I'm
Thank
good.
you.
How you doing?
You know what? I'm better now. I'm in great company. The energy, the vibes. Y'all just put my heart in a different place right now. And I thank y'all for that.
Good. Excellent.
I'll
Cool.
hang out backstage.
Okay, sweetheart. All right.
Okay.
I actually want to just address that request for a second. It's not towards her, but if
Yeah.
someone asks you to send positive vibes, send positive vibes. But I've seen situations where they're like, my mom is in the hospital. Please send her healing energy so she can get through this. Now,
Mhm.
you don't know what her mom's story is. Her mom's story could be, I'm ready to leave. And you're sending healing energy, keeping her from leaving,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah,
if something like that happens, I never send healing energy. I send love with that intention of whatever's best for you, I want you to have it.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's just the only
That
thing about
no,
that
that's true because there have been times where people have asked me to do just that, right? Send healing energy and whatnot. But I knew that their loved one was tired.
Mhm.
And most times if I'm talking to this person and if they're, if I'm talking to them on the phone or whatever, I'll ask them just, can you just wait a second and let me just kind of tap in? Because I don't want to interfere with that, right? And then if that's what that loved one tells me, and then I tell my whomever it is, listen, honey, they're tired. So we got to let them decide what they want to do, what's
Yeah.
best for them. So, um, okay.
Okay.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
ready?
Yeah.
All right. We'll do
You know
this.
what's
We're gonna do
interesting?
this.
There's a couple different ones,
Okay.
couple different beliefs that are coming. And now I have to decide how transparent I want to be on this thing.
Oh no.
Hmm. All right, I'm just gonna go. I'll be very transparent. Let's go.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Tell me what you want to work on.
I am not entirely convinced that I can be a multimedia mogul millionaire.
Okay. What would be so horrible about being a multi-million dollar media mogul? That's it.
That people would dig into my past
Hmm. Yeah.
and it would be all over. Like I would not have any more personal space.
Okay. Now there's a couple things there. Number one is that it's like you're here And this is the best possible outcome you could ask for. And this is the worst possible outcome you could ask for. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what people usually do is they say, you know what? I'm willing to have anything from where I am to the best possible outcome. But I'm only willing to go a little bit into the worst because who wants to go here? I'm like, this is as far as I want to go. Right? I don't want people
Mm-hmm.
digging up everything about my past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from the universe's point of view, there's no duality. We see duality, but it doesn't. It sees acceptance, willingness, or resistance. So when you're saying, I'm only willing to go this far one way, you're only willing to go this far the other way too. That's what you're creating in your life. Okay. And this is why people wonder why they're not getting those big results. I'm willing to have millions of dollars, but I'm not willing to lose a lot of money. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard. I mean, think about like if you're in love, you're like, I had my heart broken. It was devastating. And I want to get
Mm-hmm.
into another relationship. And I'm willing to have the most amazing possible relationship, but I'm not willing to have my heart broken again. There's no way. So now you're here. And physically, what
Mm-hmm.
happens is you're in a relationship with someone, and maybe they're willing to have that beautiful relationship with you, but you're like, nope, I'm not going to do that. I have to make sure I test you. I'm not going to open up until I'm sure you're the right person. And so they're in a relationship with you, going, this person isn't opening up. I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that's not going to open up. And then they leave. And you're like, good thing I didn't open up my heart because there it is. Look what
Right.
happened.
Exactly.
But it was because
Right.
the willingness wasn't there.
Right.
Right. And this is with romance, this is with money, this is what with everything. And
Yep.
here's the thing is if you have everything exposed and everyone sees it, and then it's out there in the world, it's over. Like the experience is over. No one can do anything at that point. It
Right.
may have been like, they saw it, but now it's like, well, you've seen it. What the hell are you gonna do? Like you're actually free at that point.
And what am I? This thought just came to me like, why am I worried about my past? It's not like I've killed anybody.
Yeah.
Like I have, like like I'm not. What? Why? What am I that concerned about? Like
When
that
she
someone will
was
talk.
16, she called this guy a jerk. Can you believe that's who she is?
There was no Twitter when I was 16. There was no Facebook. There really wasn't an internet. So actually, I don't really have much of a past anywhere to be recorded.
All right. So then, are you willing to step out of the story that it's better to stay small than to have your past revealed?
Yeah.
And here's the deeper thing that's actually going on. Are you willing to step out of the story that if people really see you, they won't love you? Ooh, feel that pushback.
Wow. It's not that I'm not willing. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what the other side looks like.
So, what the other side looks like is when people really see you, there are going to be people that say, I don't like Lisa. That's going to happen. There are going to be people that go, oh my God, I never knew about that. I love you more than ever. And there's going to be a whole spectrum in between. That's just what's going to happen. And you let go of the ones that don't like you for who you really are, and you fully embrace the ones that do. And other people that didn't know what they know now about you because you've managed to bring it all out, they're just going to start showing up. I just heard about Lisa. Holy shit, she told a story about this, and it was so vulnerable, it was so impactful, and it just touched me. And I need to work with Lisa. I didn't even know she existed till that story came out. That's what's going to happen. So, are you willing to step out of the story that if people see the real you, they won't love you?
Yes. Wow. Wow.
See how this can get very deep very quickly.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't warn me
Okay.
about that, guys. For those of you just joining us, we're going through a reality shifting uh, lesson session process, whatever we want to call it. And so when things release in me, Shiraz's reaction is either he yawns or he coughs. So he doesn't have COVID and he's not like calling bullshit. He's actually his way of that's how his higher self lets him know what's happening. Okay?
I can bring up the COVID test that took the other day. It says negative. If you want
I
to look
don't
at
need to see your negative pregnancy test. Thank you very much. We're good. They look like pregnancy tests. Okay, anyway.
They do.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's funny. One of my friends had in England did one of those home COVID tests, and then she said, "Well, it's got 2 lines." And I'm, "Are you sure it's a COVID test you just took?" Because when I hear 2 lines, I'm like going somewhere else with that.
It's a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing.
Okay, how are you
Okay.
feeling?
Lighter. Interesting, a little empty, which I'm sure later on I'll be in my meditation time will get refilled. But it's interesting because now all these other things are starting to like, okay, wait, you got rid of that. So wait, here's something else. Wait, here's something else. It's
Yeah,
like all of a sudden it's willing to like the dam's willing to it's broken.
yeah.
Right.
And my recommendation is that empty, instead of trying to refill it, get used to the new space because you got rid of crap you don't need. You don't have to put something else there.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome. And you said you had a
Hopefully.
second thing, or do we want to switch it up? You're like, do you want to do that again?
Oh wow. So the second thing, I don't know if Queen's left or not, but the second thing is not sure if I'll ever actually find a partner to be with in the rest of this lifetime that I can share this with and grow with and enjoy all of this with. A sacred creator. I don't do the twin flame thing.
Interesting. Are you too much?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're too much, you're never going to find a partner because you're too much. What if you're just enough for that right man? Right? I know a lot of women, especially black women, they love being too much, but then they're like, why can't I find the right man? That's because you keep making yourself too much. And then when you are too much, you're like, look at that. See, I am too much. There's that pride that comes in. You get your dopamine addiction. You repeat the process.
Well,
For
I've
you, it
been
doesn't
told
feel
that
that,
I'm too much. No, 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 no. I've been
you get
told that I'm too much.
because you get reflected your story back to you, right? So
Yeah.
you feel you're too much. They tell you you're too much. It now goes back into your subconscious. Oh, I must be too much because people are telling me I'm too much, but you started it at some point. And it could just be like with that little girl example. Someone might have told it from their point of view, but then you took that moment to incorporate it and make it who you are. So you're not too much. You're just enough. So are you willing to step out of the story that you're too much?
Oh boy. Oh God. That one's more difficult.
Mhm.
So what if that story is pretty entrenched? There's a lot of layers to that story.
I can feel that. What if you stopped being too much? What would be
Mm.
so horrible? What would you lose? Ow, there's right there. What's that? I just felt your whole energy react on that.
Would people still view me if I wasn't too much? Would people still view me with the same respect?
Yeah,
of
see,
the intelligence and all of that, right? And all that there is encompassed in that.
this is a lie you're telling yourself, because everything that you are shines. It's a pull to other people. Too much is a push against people. And the more you're in that pull energy, pulling in your audience, the more of the audience you're going to have. Now you've got that pull energy, but with it is a push energy working against it. That's keeping your audience from getting to be too much, keeping your relationships from going to where you want it to be. And when you stop being too much and being just enough, being that bright shining light that everyone is just drawn to, then it's a whole different reality you step into. It's got nothing to do with how smart you are, how funny you are, how attractive, even how powerful you are. Because you look at the people that you admire most, they're frigging powerful, but they never seem too much to you. You're pulled into them.
Yeah.
So are you willing to step out of the story that if you are no longer too much, you won't be seen?
Yes.
Ooh. And the cool thing is, not being too much doesn't mean you're going to act any differently. It just means the energy is shifted.
Yeah. There seems to be a common theme with me about not wanting to be seen, about fearing not being seen.
Mm-hmm. Or being seen the wrong way.
Or being seen the wrong way.
Yep. Yeah. It's very uncommon what you've got, being worried about what other people think of you and whether people see you. Only about 95% of the people I work with deal with that.
Well, so nice to know that I have such a unique affliction. Wow, it's amazing.
I love that. I can see in the comments, people are yawning. People are being affected by this. There's releases going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. So I love my peeps, man. I can be vulnerable with them, and it's okay. Wow, I just said that. Okay.
Yeah. And now they see more of you, and they still love you.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at that.
All right, Tulsa, you ready to come? I'm done. I'm not playing with him anymore. He has done enough tonight. Tulsa, Tulsa, you ready to come on up, girl?
Come on, Tulsa. Let's have some
I
fun.
think that I think I pinned it. If I didn't, here I'll add it. Oh, yep, she Johnny on the spot, chat. She's been on my stage. Okay, honey, come on in.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you in the car? What you doing?
Sure. She sounds like she's in the
Listen,
car.
I'm about to pull up to the house right now.
Okay.
You
I had
want
to
to do?
run out. I'm
We can't do
sorry.
it while you drive. We can't do it while you're driving, because you could actually go off the road during a shift. So
Got you. I'm actually pulling up to the house right now.
All right,
okay.
well, come on back in the room soon as you are back in the house, okay?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
You had like, I don't want to miss it.
Yeah, I don't want to miss it, and I'm not going to miss it. Okay, just give me. Do you want me to cam down until I get inside of the house?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Gemini's joined. Gemini's like, okay, mom's good now. I can come and bother her. Um, wow. So this move, honey. Thank you.
She loves being in
Um,
the energy.
huh?
She loves being in the energy. I found cats usually come in when I'm working
Oh,
on people. They love the energy.
she's my co-star. It's usually not a video unless Gemini joins
Mhm.
the chat, joins and gets her screen time. So right now she's just like, okay, all right. Yes, he's awesome, guys. So I want to be sure you guys. So we have his links to his socials. I believe I put a link to his YouTube video in YouTube
You
channel,
did?
excuse me, in the other live. So bear with me while I bring it back up again. Um, and you and I, okay, so I'm coming over to you on Facebook on the 28th.
Yes.
That's interesting. So now I'm not sure what to expect.
Well, you're the one being interviewed. I'm not going to be working on you unless you want me to work on you.
No,
Uh,
no.
we could do that because what I've been doing a lot with my shows lately is I come in, I introduce you,
Yeah.
and then you work on me, and then I work on you. We do a little exchange.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get
It's
to
fun.
repay you.
Yeah.
Great. I'm
Thank you for
teasing.
subscribing.
I'm teasing. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. So I'm putting his YouTube link in the chat as well. Um, okay, stop punking. I'm trying to now I'm just all discombobulated. Now I'm like, normally I'm like okay, that's it. I'm all discombobulated. Okay, Tulsa, you gonna put your camera on?
Yeah, where'd you go?
Put your camera on, girl. Put your camera on, child. Come on in the room. We're both.
And
Oh,
just black. It's just a black screen.
I don't. Maybe you don't realize, but you do. Oh, I do.
Oh, of course you do.
She's one of my longtime students, clients. Thank you, sweetheart. I don't realize I do that.
Yeah.
Oh, here
There
she
she is.
is.
Hi,
Hi,
Hey.
honey.
I'm here.
All
Okay,
right.
awesome. And you done put on
What a-
your red sweatshirt, put on your red dress. I'll break out into some Johnny Gill in a minute.
Okay.
Uh, uh, Gemini. Okay, we're done. Um, okay, so you saw what just happened. So
Yes,
now
I
it's your
was
turn.
in and out. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay.
Good luck.
What do you want to work on?
I want to work on my
To
reactions to um being who's in the kitchen being misgendered,
being, I didn't hear that.
misgendered.
Misgendered.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. What is your reaction?
Anger, upset, want to fight, um, want to just be treated like a human being.
Okay. Do people not treat you like a human being?
Well, today I went to my cousin's funeral, and one of my uncles decided that he was going to say, "Hey, that's my nephew," and give me a hug. And I'm looking around like, I'm your niece. And it didn't just stop right there. We went, I had actually walked out of the church, and we went to a restaurant, and everything was cool. At the end of the session, he comes back over. Oh, I'm gonna give him a hug anyway. And I told him, don't touch me. And this is the reason why I don't bring my children around. And before you knew it, I swiped everything off the table, like including glasses and stuff, even my take home box, because I had gotten so upset that he was, after one time of me addressing him about it, he came back again with the same play.
Okay. Now this is going to be I'm going to ask you the question, and there's a reason I'm asking this. Why do you want to be angry?
I don't want to be angry.
That's not coming up true. Okay. So things don't happen and they don't repeat unless at some level you want it to happen. Okay. I'll give you an example. Me, growing up, I present as a combination of black and Indian. Okay. So people see black in me and people see Indian in me, which means growing up, I got to have both black and Indian racial slurs thrown at me. Okay. Our parents moved us to an all-white neighborhood, upscale, growing up. So now my brother and I got subjected to the cops coming and pulling us over for walking while black in a white neighborhood. And then when I started traveling, I would get stopped at every border and either questioned forever, have my luggage searched. One time I got strip searched. And I even asked them sometimes, is this the black check? And they're like, we can't say. I'm like, is this the black check? Yeah, it's the black check. And so I knew exactly what was going on. It's just, I'm black. And when 9/11 hit, I've got a Muslim name. Oh, man, that just made traveling so much better. Right. And so this was my existence for travel. This is just what happened over and over again. And then I was talking to one of my coaches about it, and he said, are you ready to step out of that story? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Racism isn't a story. Racism is real. And he goes, yeah, but the amount it affects you and how it affects you is your story. And I said, but if you're stuck in a story, it's because you get a benefit out of it. All this is doing is causing me to be delayed, to be embarrassed. Like there's no good thing. And he goes, Shiraz, when you were telling me the stories of what happened to you, you lit up. You are feeding off the reaction people get to you telling the stories of what you have to go through. Now, I don't feel that's the energy that's going on for you. The energy for you is you need a reason to get angry about something. And when you get that anger, you're getting your release, you're getting your dopamine, and then you find another reason to get angry again. So my question again, why do you want to get angry?
I guess because I want to let it out. I want to let them know how tough I am.
There it is. Okay. What if you don't need to let them know how tough you are because you know you're tough?
That's the part where I'm trying to get to.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you have to let someone know you're tough, you have to keep creating situations where you prove that you're tough, which means they're going to keep attacking you and saying these things and treating you a certain way so that you can let them know. If you sit in the fact that I'm good, I got this, I don't need to let anyone know because I inherently know I'm tough. You don't need the encounters anymore. All the racism stuff hasn't touched me since I realized what I was doing to show the persecution, to show like part of it was to show I am black because I had a little bit of like, I'm black, I'm Indian, I'm Malaysian, I'm Dutch, but don't discount me. Don't think that I'm not treated as black. So I got to have extra black stuff happen to me just so I could show I'm black. Right. So I'm done with all that now. It's just gone. So are you willing to step out of the story that you need to be able to show people how tough you are?
Yes.
Are you willing to step out of the story that you need opportunity after opportunity to let out the anger you felt for what's happened in your life?
Yes.
And here's the thing, you don't need a reason to be angry. If you've got anger inside you, let it out. Right? Because sometimes we think, okay, I've got to have a reason, otherwise I'm just being angry for no reason. No, you've had all this stuff happen to you, and that anger you've pushed in. And now, whenever it has a chance to come out, you're letting it come out. Okay, here's another reason to get angry. Let me just let this out. But you can just let all that go. Right? It's kind of cool. There was one time I had gotten off the phone with customer support on some company, I can't remember what it was, but they were less than helpful. They were just, I was pissed. And the spiritual part of me, the quote unquote spiritual part of me, was the ego part, said, don't be angry. You're above that. You don't need to be angry about this. But then my actual spiritual part went, no, you're angry. Just fucking be angry. Screw it. And so I was just like, yep, I'm just going to be angry. And I went to my roommate, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And I just let it out. And what was really neat is there's the space of duality where I was watching myself go be angry, go, wow, you're angry. You're not just angry about this, you're looking at anger about other stuff. But the other part of me was fully in the anger, going, oh my God, those people are idiots. And when you can get to the space, it's really cool because that part of you that's observing is that part of you that's in touch with God. There's no judgment, just observing, watching what's happened, while the you, that is the physical part, is just letting all that out. And there's no guilt, there's no shame about it because you know you need this release.
You need to say that one more time for the kids in the back. I don't want them to miss that one. The part of you that's angry, say it one more time for the kids in the back.
The part of you that's watching without judgment is the part of you that is connected to God. That is the divine you.
Yes.
So this is it. Moving forward, if you have anger, let it out. The neat thing is when you let out your anger in the healthy way, in the natural way, I'm just going to let it out. Eventually, when you get angry, you're just going to be like, I'm angry. You won't be, what the hell, man? It'll just be like, oh, I feel the anger. I'm letting the anger out. It becomes a much healthier release. And you don't worry about if you get angry now because it's not going to last as long and it's just going to come out. But there's just been so much bottled up that this is what you're going through. Plus, that need to show people, look how tough I am. You treat me like that, I'll show you how tough I am. But they have to treat you like that so you can show them how tough you are. Okay. How are you feeling?
I felt like I wanted to cry.
Then cry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If those emotions are coming up, let those emotions come up. Right? You got to truly love yourself on this. Okay. And so this is the same thing that came up with Lisa, but it's a slightly different energy to it. Are you willing to step out of the story that you're not enough?
Am I willing to step out of the story that I'm not enough? I'm ready. I want to right now.
Okay. I want to is not a yes. I want you to really
Oh,
go
yes.
deep in that.
Yes.
There it is. Okay. How are you feeling?
I felt like a I feel like a weight lifting up off of me.
Okay.
I'm just calm.
Nice.
Um, I'm happy right now.
All
Like I'm
right.
happy. Um, I'm not uptight right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like tensed, but now I'm more relaxed, so to speak.
Okay. Good.
I still feel like I want to cry, but I don't know.
And let it
Like,
go. You have to do that. That purges. It cleanses. Let the energy be in motion because the longer you keep it here, it becomes dense and it festers and it becomes anger and guilt and shame and all those things you don't want. You got to get into balance.
So it's very similar to Lisa with what's going on. What are you afraid you're going to let go of if you cry?
My power.
There it is. Okay, but you're actually going to step into it.
Mm-mm.
So are you willing to step out of the story that if you cry now, you're going to let go of all your power?
Yes.
I was in a workshop once, and there were 3 teachers. And during the demonstration of the exercise we were going to do, one of the teachers broke down and cried because it triggered this emotional thing that she'd been holding for years and finally just came out in the middle of class.
Hmm.
And afterwards, she didn't know what to do. And she said she didn't know if she could continue with the class. And one of the other instructors said, "Why?" And she said, "Because I don't think the class is going to see me as a teacher anymore after what happened." And he said, "They're not going to see you as a teacher. They're going to see you as a role model."
Yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah.
That feels so much better.
What you doing to me?
It's just what I do.
You got me over here focusing on my breath. Like,
Oh, we're a dangerous combination. I see that already, Shiraz. We are dangerous in a good way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, remember the caveat. We pulled out some blocks. You've got to make sure those blocks stay out. Right? You've got to go through the withdrawal pains of what you're used to, and you may find ways to try to get angry again. Right? You got to let that go. And then eventually this story will be your default story. And once you're comfortable in this story, then you want to change it again and make it better. And until that becomes the default story, and then you make it better until that becomes the default story.
Absolutely.
you are amazing.
Thank you.
Like, seriously. And like I said, this event just happened today, and y'all are on this topic, and I'm here, and it's a full moon tonight.
Yeah. It's the waning. It's beginning to wane. So this is the beginning of the release of that which we need to let go. That energy that's no longer serving us.
Yep.
You don't need that defense mechanism anymore.
Now, what is this technique that you did?
What's the hoodoo voodoo? That's what she's trying to find out.
Right. Because when I'm ready again,
Yeah.
I need you.
It's
Oh my
called
God.
energetic magic. So it's and here's the thing. I can teach you the basics on how to do this yourself in 2 days. Right? I actually have a class not this weekend, but the weekend coming up, where I teach how to do this. And people are shocked because they're like, "Well, I watch you do it, and I know there's that you've got the natural talent, the gift, the magic." And I'm like, no. This is all learned. Right? I'm better at
It
it
feel like you
because
pulled
I've
something
done it
out
a
of
while.
me.
I did. Yeah, we did.
Mhm.
Like, right, and that's what
Wow.
Lisa was talking about, that sense of space, because we pulled stuff out of Lisa. Now there's stuff
Absolutely.
being pulled out of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honey, you got a happy wife.
And we've solved the world's problems. Great.
Yes.
Well, this is interesting because someone said, "Well, Shiraz, you talk about how you can shift reality and everything. You should just be able to go over the Middle East and solve it all and clear it all." And I'm like, "Yeah, I could absolutely do that as long as they are willing."
Willing to. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the problem. Everyone needs to have that willingness for the change. And even some of the people that come to me that say, "I want this gone," they're still not in a place of being willing to actually let it go.
Mm-mm,
Right.
mm-mm. Amazing. Tulsa, I just got a notification. You supposed to be going live, girl.
I am. But you know what?
Yes, baby.
See how all this is working? I
Yeah.
had to come get healed. I had to release some things before I can present myself to my audience. Because no matter what people say, people can feel your energy and things like that. Um, but definitely, this gives me a great starting point to deliver a message without being angry.
Nice.
Because
Good.
I'm going to be talking about what we talked about tonight.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
All right, honey.
Thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Shiraz, and thank you so much, Dr. Lisa, for um, having this gentleman come up and educate and help us. I've always, I feel like I'm about to start crying.
Just gonna cry.
Mhm.
I'll take you down if you want me. What does Inyana do? I'll take you down so I can preserve your dignity, baby. Just it's okay. It's all right. Shiraz, this is wonderful. This is beautiful. This is sacred. It's truly sacred. And you
Thank
said
you.
you're having your workshop in not this
Wait.
coming weekend, because y'all gonna be at my workshop this coming weekend. That's where y'all gonna be at.
Yeah.
Don't play with
Don't
me.
don't be missing
Uh,
that one.
Right.
but then next weekend you're having your workshop. Wonderful. You all right, Miss Tulsa? Because we about to let this young man go because I know it's getting late
Oh,
for him. He's on the
yes.
East Coast.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
And I want to give my testimony as I continue to grow. So definitely be looking out for that. I am subscribed to your channel. I will be actively checking your videos out. Ms. Dr. Lisa is a very amazing woman. And Miss
Hmm.
Lisa, I don't think you understand how I appreciate you so much. Even like tonight is like my biggest thank you to both of y'all. Cause y'all really um, met me where I was, took it easy, and got me the help that I need. Like seriously, I appreciate you.
It's our
We
honor.
appreciate you.
All right.
All
And
right,
I
on
mean,
baby.
that
I
note,
think and I want to clarify one thing.
Oh,
I guided you, but you did the work.
yes, because I wanted to.
Yes.
Thank you for that. And everybody, make sure y'all go subscribe. Make sure you get one of these sessions. Like seriously, make sure you get one of these sessions because when I tell y'all, it was like something was just coming up out of me. He pulled that up out of me. And yeah, I was a little tense before I got on here. Now I can just sit back in my chair, not be uptight. And definitely I have my eyes set on a prize, and I'll make myself happy, and I won't get angry. I will
Excellent.
get angry, but not as how I was before,
Right.
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right,
Peace
sweetheart.
and blessings.
Peace and blessings. I'll see you on your live in a little bit,
Thanks.
okay?
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
love. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Well.
Oof.
Jen is in I think he's on the other side of Canada from you, Jen. Jen Preston, what area in Canada? She's Canadian as
I,
well.
I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, he's East Coast. I
Not
think
technically.
Jen,
I guess for Americans, that's
well,
East Coast. For Toronto, for
yeah, for
Canadians,
us.
that's mid.
Eastern time zone. She's in
Okay.
British Columbia. That's on the other side, right?
Where? Where in BC?
Oh, okay, maybe not. Where in
I used
BC,
to. I used
lovey?
to live in Victoria. I want to know exactly where she is.
Okay. While we're waiting for her to thank you, sir. Thank
Welcome.
you. An amazing sacred night. That's the only way I can describe it. I so very much appreciate you. You guys, his links are going to be in the description box. We're going to leave this up. We'll probably take some snippets out of this and repost them because I know people are going to be like, "Oh my God, what happened?" What is this? Salmon
Salmon
arm.
shoe swap area. I've never heard of either of those places.
Okay.
I thought I
Okay.
knew BC pretty well, but apparently it's a lot bigger than I thought.
All right, gang. Well, we are going to let Shiraz go for the evening. We're going to sign it on off here. And until next time, I mean, I'll give you all the links so you all can watch on Facebook Live again.
Yeah. On the
But then
28th.
I'm sorry, what? Go ahead, honey.
On the 28th.
On the 28th, exactly. And then I'll be sure I get from him the link, although it's probably on your website, the weekend that he's having, because I want you
Yep.
all to take part in that for sure. Oh wait, here we go.
Now I know where
Kamloops?
I know Kamloops. Okay, now I get
Okay,
it.
all right. So it's in that general vicinity. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna play my outro. Thank you guys for sticking with us. I love you guys. See you soon. See you tomorrow at lunchtime. Okay, guys. Bye.
All right.